Okay, let's try again. In the blue we've got Laxatory, there's Huns, as you can see he doesn't need houses. In the red we've got Chris, Mongols. The other team, they got Huns and Mongols as well. Mirror Civs, it's all good. Okay, sure you could like try to improve. So far everything's pretty decent. He was, I don't know, maybe like 4 seconds later than the sheep. That's like basically nothing. He could be scouting with 2 of these sheep here, if he wanted to. Maybe send this guy here, go around the back of this forest, see what's back there, see how big the deer patch is, stuff like that. Because you always want to get as much scouting as you can, but if you're not confident in doing microing 2 sheep, your scout, your town centre, and making sure your vills don't spaz out and stop working or decide to kill 4 sheep at once. Like, if you're not confident doing that, then know your limits, basically, and do what you're able to do. Don't screw up your game trying to do what the Viper does. Because, fuck, the Viper's like amazing. And we all suck compared to him, basically. Except for like a handful of people on Voodly. Okay, this lumber camp, personally, I probably would have gone back to this corner. Because it's pretty much the same forest, like mirror imaged, kind of. But I'd say this one's easier to defend. Because you could easily wall from this forest over towards the town centre. And I'm assuming that you can do a decent wall from this forest to the edge of the map. And you can always go across from this wall to this forest to the berries, or this forest over to the town centre. And all this area here is pretty safe. Whereas this one, yeah, you could go wall over here to this cliff now, which is probably be a decent idea. And then wall to your town centre, I guess that could work. But if a drush or something came in and you weren't expecting it, and you didn't manage to wall up fast enough, then that's a pretty long walk to get to your town centre. Well, they'll probably both be about the same. But you're pretty exposed out there. And it's closer to the enemy, so you got less chance of seeing them before they get to your base. Okay, done a bit of an early loom. There's a little bit of idle time there afterwards. Only like a second or 2, it's not too bad. Probably could have done this without loom, but his villager took a hit from the boar. Took 2 hits from the boar pretty much before it started walking. So like if it hadn't done that and turned around straight away, then you probably could have done that in just 1 run without loom. But I don't know how laggy this game was. Yes, Adam Sandman, I am talking to myself. I'm talking to, and hopefully whoever's in stream. And this will probably go up on YouTube in the next couple of days, or week, depending on what other stuff I've got going on. Yeah, this sheep, I probably would have chuck one of these villagers onto it, because that's like an extra 20 food. And the boar's not going to rot by 20 food by having 1 less villager on it. So it's just a little bit of extra food for you to get. Oh, Lax just tells me that the game was fairly laggy, so yeah, of course, better to do loom than lose a villager. That's always true no matter what game you're playing. Yeah, these villagers are still working well. They're all close to the lumber camp. None of the berry villagers have bugged out and decided to walk 500 miles to pick up stuff. That's good. Here we go, second boar. That looks like it'll probably get back just about right on time, which is pretty good. This villager here is kind of bugged a little bit. That's a little bit annoying. As you can see, it's not gathering, it's just sort of chilling. And now there's a villager on the sheep. This stage is probably a little bit late to go to the sheep, because that sheep's about to finish, and then they're going to go kill another one. Which is a little bit annoying. And that there is a bit unlucky with that boar, deciding to run around the other carcass. Yeah, see, look there. We've killed another sheep with only 1 villager. And that means you're going to lose, with only those 2 villagers, you're probably going to lose 20 to 30 food off the sheep. So, like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal, but it's 20 or 30 extra food you've got. And you always want to make the most of whatever resources you have. Um, I would probably think that Lax could probably do a little bit more scouting around his base at the moment, because we found main golds, main stone, and both in 2 secondaries, but there should be a 3rd gold somewhere, so it might be this far forward. And if it is forward like this, I would try to play a bit more offensively, because you can't sit back and boom if you've only got 1 gold. Like this one's still, you could probably do a wall off across there, and that wouldn't be too bad, but you always want to try to play depending on the map, really. I guess I didn't really say that well, but if your map is like really closed, like that was your only gap into your base, then obviously you can do a pretty easy wall off and then boom behind it or something. And also the scouting here, looking for the enemy. This big back into this bit here, enemy base is not likely to be there. As you can see, this town center, pretty close to the edge of the map. Same with this one. So I'd pretty much run straight up that way, and then across that way. And then if you don't find them, come back into this spot here. We found some gold here. That could probably be an enemy base nearby. And we can see that Lax has got a pretty good feudal time coming up. For 21 pop scouts, I'd assume. All 4 of these berry villages on the 1 berry bush. That's a little bit inefficient. Like this dude and this one, this chick here, they have to walk a fair bit. But it's not too bad. Yep, splitting lumber camp, very good. Again, I probably would have put this one over here, because that corner is always easier to get into. Like, it's more efficient lumbering, because the villagers don't need to wander around as much. Like, because, like, over here, that tree there, that's closer than these 2. And can you walk a bit further up? I don't think so. This dude, he's got to walk a little bit too much. No big deal. Hey, we found green. And we're versus the other Hun player. So everything should be fairly standard, I reckon. And we can steal a sheep here, if we want to steal a sheep. Yeah, you should probably always try to steal a sheep like that, if you get the chance, unless you're just playing a friendly game with your mates. Because if they're down a sheep, then that's 100 food they don't have. And if you can get it back to your base, that's 100 food you have. It's all about managing your resources. And, oh yeah, this boar. That shouldn't have been left rotting. Should have chucked a villager on it. I don't know how much food was in it. Might have been like, I don't know, 30 or 40. But you always want to use it. Use as much of it as you can. Little bit unfortunate at the moment. We don't have the 175 wood needed for a stable. I probably would have left 2 or 3 of those villages there. And dropped off the 2 that were here. And all of these 5. And that, between 7 villages, they should be able to cough up 4 wood each. Okay, yeah, so stable. Right now he's got 50 wood, so he should be doing double bit axe. But as we can see, he's decided to do a farm instead. That's always a pretty bad thing to do, I guess. Because double bit axe means you chop wood like, I don't know, 20% faster, I think. I should probably know this. Yeah, 20% faster. Like, that's a big deal. And it only costs 50 wood as well as your food. So like, it'd take you a minute to get back that 50 wood. And it'd be better off than laying these 2 farms. Because if you did the double bit axe, you'd get the wood for those 2 farms. Like, I don't know, 30 seconds later than now. So it's not gonna ruin your eco or anything. Like, you've still got plenty of food in the bank. Enough for scouts and villagers. You could still afford to do bit axe and horse collar if you wanted to. I probably would have kept attacking that villager. A feudal age scout can 1v1 a villager pretty easily. But now there's a spearman out, so he sort of missed the opportunity. If anyone's sort of wondering, I will always spectate these games from purely Fog of War on sort of view. Because, yeah, I've had a look at part of the recording beforehand, so I have a vague idea of what's happening. But I want to try to give advice based on what you know. Like, I know that yellow is going for a fast castle, because I've already seen the map a bit. But Laxatory didn't know that when he was playing this. And for me to assume that he knew that sort of ruins, or doesn't give him a fair amount of advice, I guess. Like, it doesn't help him in any way, because I know things that he doesn't know. So it's like, yeah, God knows everything, but we can't assume that we can understand this. Oh God, I'm not saying this well at all, but you should be able to vaguely understand what I'm trying to say, I hope. Yeah, that's good, going for the wall off. He's got enough wood for an archery range, and he's starting to take gold. But he wants to do a mining camp, never mind that. I was going to say he probably built an archery range here as part of the wall. But he should have dropped mining camp before that villager had to walk back. That's, I don't know, 20, 25, 30 seconds of villager walking, which isn't very efficient at all. Quite a lot of farms out at the moment. I've got, what, 9 also villagers on wood, which is about what you'd need. But if he wants to get archery ranges out, he's probably going to need to put another villager or 2 on wood. And this guy's idle. Maybe keep walling. Wow, green's got 4, 5 scouts and 2 spearmen. Lax could possibly fight these scouts here, but another one just got built. But he could probably fight this if he's got good micro, and if he can get on a hill somewhere, like over here. But with those spearmen coming in, you always want to avoid fighting spearmen with scouts wherever possible, because spearmen just do a shitload of damage to scouts. It's like, I don't know, 17 or 20 damage each. It's quite ridiculous, actually. Probably shouldn't have done this. He appears to be trying to run home. It's probably not the best idea at the moment, because Green's getting all these free hits on whichever scout is running at the back. And the spearman is still trying to catch up. Yeah, like this scout here, it's still slowly losing health, because it's at the back and they're all getting free shots on it. And we've got an archery range up. Yeah, I reckon probably going to finish this wall off. Which should be good. Means your front's defended. So you know the enemy has to walk through this bit. Or walk around here. So yeah, you could probably go wall off this forest to that cliff there. And if you really wanted to do a big wall like that. This tower, I don't really agree with at this stage of the game. Like, there's no harassing happening at his base. Like, yeah, Green's got slightly more military than Laxatory does. But he hasn't shown any... Like, he hasn't looked like he's going to push forwards yet. Anytime soon. He's still running around his base. Like, he's got 5 scouts and 2 spearmen. Those 2 spearmen could defend his base. Like, the key bits of his base, which is pretty much his wood line at the moment, because I haven't seen him on gold. 2 spears, 1 standing about there, 1 standing there. His wood's defended. And all 5 of those scouts can go attack Laxatory. But because he's not doing that, and they're all chasing the scouts, this tower's probably not needed. Tower, like, I guess if you really wanted to stick the tower up, I probably would have moved it a little bit closer to the wood line, like about maybe that tile or that tile there, just to cover them both. Or maybe go around this side to cover the stone as well. That's not too big of a deal. Looks like he's probably full walled along the front. He's doing wheelbarrow. I believe we did double bid axe about a minute and a half ago. Let's see, yes, we've done bid axe and gold mine, but we haven't done horse collar. He's easily got the resources to do horse collar, and the bonuses it gives to your farms is quite amazing. It's like an extra 75 food per farm, and like that's a massive help. Like, that saves you like, I don't know, like 2 farms every minute or something that you need to replace, maybe, at a rough estimate. Yeah, no, because these scouts, yeah, you're just doing a bit of scouting, and I guess it's good that Green isn't attacking you with them. They're busy chasing these scouts, but it's not doing anything, and Red is complaining that he can't micro well enough. And this now looks like a bit of an unfortunate wall. All that he's done is block the relic from attacking his base. don't think the relic's going to attack, but whatever. And we've got some more wall off. Then if you wall this off and went all the way to the edge of the map, then his base would be pretty safe. You can stick a town centre on this gold here, and then nothing's going to be able to get into his base without taking at least a little bit of damage. He's going up at a good time. It'll get there at about 22 minutes, just about. A little bit before that maybe. And he's got, what, 8 archers out. I would personally probably go attack with them instead of ungarrisoning on the inside. Go out that way, head off and attack. But I guess he's waiting to get crossbow and bodkin arrow. But yeah, personally I'd always just try to do damage earlier. And especially as Huns, he's probably going to be going for cav archers in Castle Age. So if he sort of suicides the archers to kill 3 or 4 or 5 villagers, then that saves him the resources on doing the crossbow upgrade. Okay, yep, now he's decided to head out. Except for these two who are still trying to get in, which is a bit annoying. So yeah, if he'd headed out straight away, then he would have been walked to about here already. Instead of doing this flopping around, going inside, now just standing here. But I guess that's a decent idea now that Green's coming in. But he wouldn't have deleted this wall if he'd ungarrisoned and walked off. So then Green would pretty much be stuck here trying to attack a palisade. And yeah, he'd get in eventually, but it wouldn't be a fast breakthrough or anything. So like, you'd have warning that he's coming. You could maybe get a villager over the wall up again behind it. So far this engagement is going relatively well. I'd say we're breaking about even. This is good, moving these guys up onto the hill. But having these 3 guys just wander through the middle, not good. These guys are too far away to attack, and these guys are just taking free damage. But now that he's done these, now he's got to Castle Age, doing crossbow, I would cancel both those archers, and just get cav archers out. And we've got bodkin coming. And we've almost got enough wood for a town centre. Like, you don't have to stick a town centre straight away if you want to be more offensive. But if you're not going to do TCs, I would probably go for eco upgrades as quickly as possible. Because yeah, crossbow, it's not really that worth it. He's only got 6, 7 crossbows now. So, it probably helps a little bit, but I wouldn't say it was totally necessary. And I got cav archers coming out. That's good. Cav archers as Huns, you should always make them. They're so cheap. And he's been mining stone because he built a tower so he couldn't build TCs. Which is very good, but I wouldn't have sent more than 2 villagers to stone just for TCs. So at this stage I assume he's going to be building a castle at some point. Now, just by going with what I've seen of his base, I'd probably stick the castle out here, on that hill, or this hill here, because then that'll cover both these forward resources. You could probably go a bit further forward as well, you could go even up to here, or if you want to be really adventurous, come up to this one. But I would probably have stuck with just around here, defend this gold. Now I've got a random yellow knight, which is a little bit strange. He probably should be attacking red, but he's 400 points ahead, roughly at the moment. So I guess he feels that he doesn't need to. Now Green's got quite a large army here at the moment, and this is probably a patrol fail, because all those crossbows died, and I think he did like half killed a skirmisher somewhere. That's about it. So I'm going to assume it was a patrol fail. And these knights, they're not really killing much, like they might get a villager or 2. But I think the main thing that they're doing is forcing him to stop taking gold and garrison the tower or run back to the town centre. Which is very good, because that means he doesn't have enough gold to queue up any more cav archers after these initial ones. Now this year, before both these archery ranges were creating units to go out here, that's generally going to be a bad idea. You're going to want to keep your units in a group until you've got enough of them that they can fend for themselves out in the wilds, I guess. because they're running out their 2 cav archers at a time. So if they ran into 15 skirmishers, then they're going to die pretty easily. And this town centre, to be frank, this is a very, very, very stupid spot to put it. It's not adjacent to any resources, so it's not protecting anything. All that it's going to do is maybe attack units that decide to run through here. But the problem with that is to garrison villages, they have to walk all the way from here. So like a knight or a cav archer, it's going to run through and take like 2 damage at most. The better spot to put it would have been up against this gold. Maybe delete all this shit here and build it against that forest. Or build it in this corner, which I've been talking about a bit. Stick it on that wood. Go for the stone, this gold. Pretty much stick it on a resource. Out in the middle of nowhere, it doesn't help you at all. Now, he's got a fair bit of resources in the bank. I would do bloodlines at this stage of the game, because it gives you like an extra 20 health for cavalry units. That includes like knights, scouts, light cavs, camels, mangudai, whatever. Anything that's on a horse really, or a camel. And it's better than doing the +1 armor against pretty much every unit except for villagers. Because if you want the armor to be more efficient, then you need to block 20 potential damage. And they've got 50 health, so what's going to have to attack you 20 times to do 50 damage? It's like 3 damage, so villagers. Yeah, everything seems to be going pretty well. Still pumping out cav archers constantly. Yeah, bloodline's pretty important thing to do. I guess if you're running low on gold, you could probably do the armor upgrade, but bloodlines is generally going to be better. Yeah, that's a good TC spot. It's on the gold and it kind of protects the stone as well. And he's doing some good harassing at the moment. Running in here, hitting these gold, which doesn't seem to have any villages on it. But there's quite a lot of knights there. So without bloodlines, they're going to die pretty damn quickly to them. But I would probably try to hit and run, like stop once you get to here, shoot this guy, run a bit more, shoot again, etc. Keep doing that. Just to do a bit of damage for basically nothing against you in return. At the moment we can see he's a bit low on food, and he's got a fair bit of wood in the bank. So I'd probably grab 3 or 4 of these guys over here, chuck some farms around this town centre. Hopefully he's done the eco upgrades by now. All but heavy plough. Yeah, I guess heavy plough is the least important out of the wooden mill upgrades. But you should always try to do it, especially if you're going to start laying a lot of farms, which by this stage of the game you should be doing, because you're going to want to start thinking about Imperial Age in the next 5-10 minutes, and you need farms to get to Imperial. So yeah, it makes sense. Make your farms more efficient before you need them. Yep, still running around here. Maybe gonna go attack the stone and gold over here, maybe. Yep. Yes, he is. That's good. I personally really like doing a sort of pincer attack, where you attack 2 different sides of the enemy base at once. Like these archers come in, attack this gold, then wherever his knights are standing, they're gonna run over there to attack them. And then if all these cav archers are waiting over here, then as soon as the knights appear over here, they come in and they hit the other gold, or they try to kill some farmers or something. Oh look, yeah, you can see the knights. So you'd send these cav archers, they'd only need to walk to here, kill some villagers. And hopefully these cav archers would kill a knight or 2, but the main aim is just to get GB safely, without taking too much damage. Yeah, we're building a castle. It's probably not the best spot for it, because, yeah, it's defending the main gold, but it's not really under attack at all. And you're about halfway through it. So in about the next 10 minutes, all that gold's going to be gone. Whereas if you stuck that castle up here, defends that gold, that stone, and the wood line, if you need more wood. Which is always useful. You always want to have safe wood. If anyone in the stream has got any questions or anything, feel free to just post them in the chat. I'll try to have a look at them and answer them where possible. Yeah, we're starting to see a bit of a wood pile up. So start laying down some more farms. Would be really good. Like another, I don't know, 10 farms maybe. And at minimum needs to replace his lumber camps. These villagers, they're walking 3 tiles. That's not good. These villagers, they're walking about 4, maybe 5. And that's just inefficient. Like, it's not as important as in the Dark Age, when like every villager second counts. But it still has a pretty big impact. Like, you might think, yeah, I got to spend 100 wood on the lumber camp though. But you're going to reclaim that lumber camp in like 2 minutes of gathering at most. Like, with this many villagers here replacing that lumber camp, you'd get that 100 wood back in like 30 seconds. I can understand floating a little bit of wood, and especially gold, like in case shit happens. But 1k wood at this stage is far too much. Like 500 wood, that's probably the most you'd need to float. I can understand maybe 1k gold, because gold is really important, especially for heavy units like cav archers and knights, where they cost 50 to 70 gold each. So look, he just spent like 400 gold on cav archers, which is a pretty big deal. I would probably start heading off to secondary and third golds about 5 minutes ago, because this gold's going to run out in no time. And then if all your villagers, if all your gold income is stuck there, then once you run out of gold there, you've got no other gold coming in. And then you've got to get all your villagers and walk them all over to the nearest gold mine, which is this one. Or maybe this one. But that's probably not his third, so there should be another one somewhere on the map. And again, this town centre, it's a little bit dodgy. Right up against the stone mine, or right up against the gold, not sort of midway in between. Because look, he's building a mining camp anyway, so it would have been better off to be closer to the stone. Lots of idle town centres. He's got about 20, 40, about 70 or so villages at the moment. Yeah, 70, 80 villages, which is a pretty good count, but you're going to want to get to about 120 before the 40-minute mark. If you were playing a 200 pop game, since it's 300, you'd want at least 150 vills by 45 minutes maybe. And then when you start trading, you start deleting off some villages. Still missing a couple of upgrades, mainly bloodlines and the second archer armor. And you could probably do husbandry at this stage of the game. Probably go castle first, go Imperial Age first, and then do husbandry. But yeah, it's always helpful, and it makes microing a lot easier if you move faster than all the enemy units. Yep, still keeping all the archery ranges working. Gold income's a little bit low at the moment, I'd say. Apparently, Lax says he's already done husbandry, which he has. Wow, okay. Never mind that, then. Bloodlines is probably still a better choice than... Yeah, this town centre, no, not good. Right up against the forest. Like, if you want farming space, just chuck down a mill somewhere. It's like a third the wood, and it doesn't cost you stone. And stone gets to be pretty important later in the game when you want to start stonewalling your base or building castles around places. Look, he's got far too many villagers trying to mine these 2 gold mines, which are pretty much empty. So they're all going to have to come to here, and they're not all going to fit. Whereas if it transitioned 5-10 minutes ago, then he could start moving to this gold, or even this one, and chuck a castle on it to defend it. And maybe do some more scouting, because there's probably going to be at least another gold mine somewhere around here, and another one somewhere here probably. Got lots of idols. We've got like 15 idols. 30 idle villages, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of idle villages. Not bringing any gold. Starting to make more archery ranges and mangonels, that's good. Be able to push green pretty soon. At this stage of the game, I would definitely build a market and get cartography. Because you're playing a team game, you need to know what your ally's doing. And it's much easier to coordinate what you're doing if you can actually see what shit's happening, rather than vainly pinging back and forth, chucking flares everywhere and trying to type. No, that's good. He told his ally that there's a castle here. Now, he's probably not going to remember that in about 2 minutes' time. He'll forget about it, but you've told him that, so if he has any units in the area, he's hopefully not going to run into the castle. Thumb ring, yeah, it kind of helps. It makes your archers fire faster and with more accuracy. I'm fairly certain that affects cav archers. Not 100% certain, but I would hope so. But that there is quite a lot of knights and cav archers. More than we've got here. So if he wanted to win that fight, he'd need to bring these archers back. Or get off a couple of good mangonel shots. But, I don't know, all those units have disappeared. Probably come to fight these ones. Still got lots of idle villagers. We should definitely be thinking about imping in the next minute or two. So we need to find more gold. Yeah, town center. Yep. Running under the castle. Bad idea. And especially running through all those units as well. Have we got a university? Have we got a university? No, we don't. I would definitely build a university and get ballistics by now. It'll help you a lot in cav archer wars, or just fighting anything. I wonder what they're building. Probably another range. Because it means when they're moving, you archers pretty much just auto hit them, unless they decide to stop moving. So it's always a useful upgrade to get. It also affects your castle and towers and town centers and shit. It just makes anything that shoots more accurate, except for siege, which is a bit of a bummer. But I guess then siege would be a little bit too powerful. Now, I probably wouldn't do this sort of push over the side, because you've got this castle here, and there's a shitload of units behind you. And your cav archers move a lot faster than your siege does. So, yeah, those knights versus those siege, not good. Not good at all. So, what you've done... Well, that was a pretty good mangonel shot there. You killed 4 skirmishers. But you lost 3 mangonels to half kill a siege workshop. But you've got enough cav archers here to win this fight pretty easily. I don't know why you're GBing. And you've gone bloodlines and the armor upgrade now, which is awesome. You easily have won that fight. So those villagers still here, yep, them. I would build another 2 siege workshops and just start spamming rams. I would just completely fucking ignore mangonels, and you just chuck a ram in the front here. Then all these units, they're going to be doing 1 damage to this tank in the middle. And then you do all this free damage. Like, yeah, this mangonel, this is going to kind of help a bit. Getting some good hits in. And there's just shit dying everywhere. Yeah, look at that. Lots of good hits. But in general, rams for Huns are going to be going to be a bit more useful. But seeing as the amount of skirmishes the Green's making, mangonels are probably going to be the better choice. So I take that back. I didn't see this many skirmishes. And we're still not up to imp, and we've got a shitload of food and wood. So if you haven't got a market yet, chuck up a market, sell 1,000 wood, 1,000 food, go imp, research heavy cav archer, Parthian tactics, chemistry, all that shiz. Maybe go for hussars as well. Light cav, yeah, that's good for raiding, but you're generally going to want to have hussars. And I really want you to do cartography so that we can see what red's doing. Castle, defend the hill, and yeah, I'd probably go for relics as well at this stage. Because we've got 2 relics that blue can get unopposed, and that third one, yeah, it's going to be pretty unlucky if you didn't manage to get that relic. So yeah, those 3 relics, they're not going to give you enough gold to get you to imp anytime soon, but they're going to give you a lot of gold over the next 30 minutes of the game. Like, you'd probably get a good 1,000 gold from them. And that's like a pretty big deal, like that's a lot of gold. That's a decent hit there. You're gonna shoot again. Hit these ones. Yeah, that was a good hit. I'm amassing quite a lot of cow archers here, but there's a shit ton of skirmishers here. So going for hussars would definitely be a good idea. Is he making stables? Yes, we are. Are we researching like I've? No. Are we doing armor upgrades? No. But we're up to Imperial Age, that's good. That is very good. We've got some defensive castles around the front. That's awesome. And we've got lots of cav archers. Are we still making cav archers though? But yeah, we don't exactly have a lot of gold, so sort of stalled production at the moment. Okay, we've got a bunch of idle villagers here. I'm gonna send them back to gold or wood or whatever they were getting. Build a market, sell some stuff. Start making hussars with your 2k food that you've got here. And yes, like I've gonna do armor upgrade. I would probably go for armor upgrade pretty soon. Especially versus skirmishers. Like if you get the 2 armor upgrades, the skirmishers do 1 damage each. So you pretty much you'd rape them. Like 10 knights would be able to rape all those skirmishers pretty easily. Now, are we gonna go raid the gold maybe? Well, we can see that they're chopping wood here, so there's probably going to be a town centre there, I'd guess. And green's chopping a lot of wood. Like half that forest is gone. A lot of that forest. Pretty much all of that forest. He hasn't moved over there yet. This is a bit of a bad idea. We sort of run into its base, but again, we've got all these units behind you. And you can't run out this way because remember there's a castle which is going to do a lot of damage. And you're just going to run into more units. Now, yeah, I would just grab one of these like I've... Yeah, okay, he's done 1 armor upgrade. Yeah, I can understand holding off because he wants to upgrade the cav archers. But I'd grab this dude, and you just go scout through the middle of the map. Find whatever golden stone there is around there. Now, his upgrades should be immediately do Parthian tactics, vodka arrow, and university, and chemistry at the university if he's going for cav archers. He's got a university. For some reason my hotkey's screwed over at the moment. I need to go fix that. Nope, no university. But so yeah, we're not doing hussar, and we're only doing another armor. Which is going to be pretty helpful for the Lycavs, but most of your army at the moment is cav archers. So I would focus on the upgrades for the cav archers, as opposed to just giving a handful of light cav an extra 1 armor. Got some scouting villages, looking for gold. I can tell you that there's a gold somewhere around here, which I saw when I first watched the game. Let's see, are we still doing any upgrades? Nope. Doing forging. Interesting choice. But again, he's not making enough Lycavs to... Well, I guess he is making quite a few. What's he got? You got 36 cav archers and about 20 Lycav. And admittedly, those Lycav are absolutely raping all the skirmishers. So that's going pretty well, but he's not doing anything with these cav archers over here. And he did Parthian tactics, and Bod can rape through all these cav archers in no time. And then save all the light cavs for killing up all the skirmishers. And as we can see, we're running low on gold. If he had those relics, he'd have another couple hundred maybe. And that's all helpful. And we've got lots of idle villages. Okay, that was another castle built somewhere. Where was that built? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, he built something. Oh no, built a trebuchet. Ah, there we are, trebuchet. So yeah, Laxatory, he's playing this pretty well. I guess the only problem at the moment is his economy isn't going very well. Probably start trading would be a good idea. Got the marker built, do cartography, and then start trading. Because you're running low on gold, and you're not collecting relics. And you're missing your gold, which I think is sitting down there. Oh, green's calling GG. Yep, Laxatory's played this really well. Just a couple of small little economy points, which have sort of hindered him a little bit throughout the game. But yeah, we've got another gold there. And there's a gold here that red's already taking. Oh, there's no TC. So yeah, I would have definitely gone forward with another castle in this gold. But other than that, most of the, I guess, tips that I've said aren't major deficiencies or things that he's really screwed over. They're all just small things that fix up his game a little bit better, make him play, I don't know, like an extra 50 a little higher maybe. Replace lumber camp, all that shiz. It's always good to replace them. Like, admittedly, he doesn't really need more wood, but he could sell wood, send those villagers somewhere else. I don't know, he could do something with them, I'm sure. Even if he just spent the wood on, I don't know, building 40 stables, I don't know, he could do something with it. Have a look at the stats. Yeah, we saw Laxatory had massive final score lead. He got a lot of kills, especially compared to everyone else. His army admittedly wasn't that big, but Green was making a lot of skirmishes, and they're a lot cheaper than cav archers and knights. It's fairly equal in gold count with his ally. You can see green and yellow, they're really far below. Imperial Age, he could have been a bit earlier if he'd managed his eco a bit better, but otherwise it's pretty good. Villages. Yeah, I think Chris has probably got a fairly correct amount of villages for this population limit.